The 2010 SAGI for Worst Downloadable Game goes to... Oh, crap. A game about freaking beer pong. Yes, some morons actually thought that someone would buy Pong Toss Pro for WiiWare, but we didn't, and will never.
Whoa, 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 whoa! What did he just say?
We didn't, and will never.
What a twist!
Once upon a time, Screwattack was a cool place. I made tons of great blogs that I'll eventually turn into videos. Anyway, they have an event called the Shitty Ass Games of the Year Awards, or the SAGIs. It's very simple, really. People nominate and then vote for the worst of whatever category the subject is. However, unlike their top 10 games of the year that they do, you don't have to say why it's such a bad game. Heck, if you know that it's a bad reason, then just don't say anything, because if you do give the bad reason, then they'll just ignore you. So you've heard me say on multiple occasions that Sonic 06 won the worst game of the decade because it was different than the first Sonic game, right?
No, most people's arguments were that the game sucks because it was glitchy, had terrible controls, and terrible level design.
I don't blame you at all for thinking that they would vote that way. I played the first level of Sonic 06, and even though it was fun, I found some glitches. However, a person has to be there at the SAGIs to truly understand what's going on. The fact that they delete everything after the SAGIs doesn't really help my case. However, thanks to CloudCereal 553, I was able to convert the Screwattack videos and show them here. So in case you haven't seen it but seen my videos, here it is.
There have been games that are bad, and then there have been games that are so bad that they are forever immortalized for their suckage. You nominated 5 games. 5 games that have been placed on a pedestal so high, either based off of expectations, their legacy, or just plain old being terrible. While all 5 nominees are worthy of the title of the worst game of the decade, the voting came down to only 2 titles, which were separated by only 1 percentage point. The infamously bad PC title Big Rigs Off the Road Racing, and the supposed return of an old-school icon, Sonic the Hedgehog. The winner of the SAGI for Worst Game of the Decade goes to... Big Rigs Off the Road Racing's competitor, Sonic the Hedgehog. What was supposed to be the big return back into the limelight, the self-titled Sonic the Hedgehog turned out to be one of the glitchiest games in the history of ever. After dominating the 90s, the fall from grace happened so fast that gamers are still in shock. It's amazing what horrible games can do to a reputation. A 2-time SAGI winner this year, Sonic also took home Worst Wii Game of the Year with Sonic and the Black Knight. Once thought of as a video game legend, Sonic is now just a shell of his former self and is laughed upon by gamers everywhere. My, how the mighty have fallen.
Yes, that was 3 seconds of glitches, 22 seconds of legacy. Their strongest argument was that it was a Sonic game. Now, a friend of mine said he's never seen someone complain about a video game just because Sonic was on the front. And I'm pretty sure that's not the only argument that they had. Problem is that that's all they said. I mean, without all the other things like the glitches or the controls, then it would never exist. But still, that's their main point. It's like a gun being every other point mixed together, and the bullet being the fact that it's Sonic. So I thought that Sonic 06 was cheated. But what I realized later was that Sonic and the Black Knight was cheated even more. How can that be if it's the worst game for one system for 1 year? Let's watch.
With so many ways to play your games, the Wii is pretty much guaranteed to have a little something for every kind of gamer. When the console's get as popular as the Wii does, you get about 5 craptacular games for every one good.
You nominated Sonic and the Black Knight, Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympic Games, and Wii Sports Resort. But your pick for 2009 Wii exclusive SAGI goes to... Sonic and the Black Knight. Sonic hasn't had a lot of luck striking it big in the 3D era, but is that any excuse to give him a sword? No, it isn't. In fact, there wasn't even any competition here. Sonic is your 2009 Wii SAGI by an absolute landslide. Look, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, and to go from Sonic's fantastic retro days to consistently bad games today, it hits the fans hard. Good job, Sonic!
Now let's think about this. Sonic and the Black Knight came out after Sonic 06, so it had to carry the burden of Sonic 06 and the past games, and they hated it for that. You guys really don't think that every Sonic game after Sonic 06 is bad, do you? That's the message I'm getting. And instead of complaining about glitches or waggle motion, they decide to complain about the sword. Do I have to go through this again? Concept does not make or break a video game. What makes or breaks a video game is how that concept is used. So instead of saying, oh, he's got a sword, the least you could say is, his sword is nothing but waving the Wii remote back and forth. There's also another very simple reason for why Black Knight has it worse. In the comments, some people said that Big Rigs should have won, but I couldn't find any comments defending Sonic and the Black Knight. Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics and Wii Sports Resort, you can think whatever you want. I'm not really sure if Sonic's legacy impacted Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics, and if anything affected Wii Sports Resort, but whatever. However, this video is about exposing Screwattack, not defending Sonic. So here's another video for the worst downloadable game of 2009, with the intro sped up.
With digital distribution becoming more and more popular, it's about time we started showing some love to the downloadable games by taking a look at the worst titles of the year.
When it came down to your nominees of Sexy Poker, TMNT Reshelled, and NBA Unrivaled, you voted for your 2009 downloadable saggy to go to... drumroll. TMNT Reshelled. Regarded by us here at Screwattack to be the best beat-em-up ever made, the Super Nintendo version of Turtles in Time left an impression on everybody who played it. But when it was remade for Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Network, it left a different kind of impression. We have expressed our dislike for this one so much that we figured the best way to put it is this. Imagine the original game that you loved so much and subtract everything that made you love it. All the different moves, the pretty graphics, the music, it's all gone. And it equals total disappointment. Thank you, Ubisoft, for ruining our memories.
First off, the Super Nintendo version wasn't that great. I just pressed the same button over and over again, and I won. Second, it would have been better if you just went into depth about the game rather than talking about the Super Nintendo version. Third, on the subject of disappointment, Final Fantasy XIII won the SAGI for Worst Multi-Platform Game of 2010. It was because of disappointment. Instead of showing you the clip, I'm going to show you this comment from a user. Cult Classic Gamer agreed with Nintendo Game Boy when he said, "Yeah, but let's say there's two games coming out. One you know is bad, gets bad reviews, and you have no interest in it. The other is a part of a franchise you know and love and looks amazing. You count the days till it comes out and get it at midnight only to find out. It sucks. The disappointment adds to the suckage by like 10 times. Disappointment is worse than just being generally bad." I don't swear a lot in my videos, so you know that I mean it when I say that this comment is bullshit. If this statement is true, Super Mario Galaxy 2 is the worst video game ever made. Actually, I remember reading a comment from an administrator saying that you shouldn't vote that way. I guess his message wasn't conveyed well.